Hello, everybody. Very good to see you. So it is a glasses night for me tonight. I don't normally wear glasses, but today I have to because I had a weird eye thing last night, which kept me up all night. So I have to go to the eye hospital tomorrow morning, which is not fun. So no contact lenses for me today. Anyway, never mind. Okay, all right. So we've got lots and lots of questions already. I've got some on WhatsApp as well, so I guess we better crack on. Hello to everybody. Hello, Adan. Hi, John. I saw you on there down the list. So just to let everybody know, John is our, the person who looks after things and will tell you off. My brain is completely gone. If I seem a little flaky tonight, you must excuse me. I haven't had the best day, but I'm going to be on it. Don't worry. I shall be on your questions. I'll be fine. I'm just not the best I've ever been. So do forgive me if I'm not my normal buzzy self. Okay. All right. So Adan, let's have a look. You're first in the queue. You got here first. So Adan, at my job, I introduced myself to a woman. Her name is Mary. How does she feel about me? Does she like me? All right, let's have a look, Adan. Let's see what we've got for you. All right, let's see. Okay, let's ask, because we don't want to do yes, no, Adan. Yes, no questions in tarot are a bit of a pain in the neck. So what we'll do is we'll ask, how does Mary see her feelings for Adan? Right? Let's ask that. Oh, Page of Pentacles. Well, I think she kind of likes you. This is not it's not serious. So it might be that she'd be, interested in finding out a bit more. Maybe she's like, yeah, I'll explore. I'll just see what's happening. It's quite light because it's a page. So it's not, oh yeah. It's quite a sort of, quite measured. But I think what that means is I think she would be potentially interested in finding out more, maybe seeing what happens. I don't think I know you say you've introduced her. I would say from this card that she doesn't know you. She doesn't really, she needs to find out more before she makes up her mind. So this is the card of the student. So she's interested in learning, really, okay, and slightly curious, I think, as well, maybe a little bit curious. So it's not a bad start, Adan. I don't think it's immediately heavily romantic or, anything else, if you take my meaning. But it certainly is curious. So I would say that, moving into maybe a bit more contact would be okay. I think you'll be okay with that. All right. So I think she likes you well enough. That's good. Hello, Magnet for Love. How lovely to see you. All right. May you get a message. What Spirit wants me to know? You can. Absolutely, you can. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Okay. Magnet for Love, this is for you. So what is Spirit's message for you tonight? Oh, So you have the 8 of Cups, and the 8 of Cups is where Spirit is asking you to leave behind what doesn't make you happy. So this is where you need to have a look around at your life, especially your emotional life, and just kind of go, okay, what hasn't worked here, and move on from it and walk away from it and go in search of what you actually do want. So so now is a really good time for that. Now is the time to go on a journey to find what you do want. It's quite proactive. So emotionally disconnect from the past, emotionally disconnect from what isn't working or what hasn't worked, and start walking into the unknown, because that's the point with this card. It feels like you're walking into the unknown. Look, we've got a forest here. So there is no clear path, right? We know this. And this is often what makes us feel a bit, I don't know. I don't know what's out there. But it's telling you, take the first steps and get going with it, okay? Because you're going to be on the right track if you do. So that's really good. That's nice. That's quite positive, I think. Very good. Very good. Hello, John. Yep, everything is okay. Emma Roberts, lovely to see you, Emma. Is it St. Patrick's Day today? I didn't realize it was St. Patrick's Day, but yes, then happy St. Patrick's Day to you, Emma, and to everybody else as well. Okay, Emma, what would you like? Oh, thank you, Emma. I'm glad you said the glasses suit me. That's lovely. I feel weird in glasses. I feel like I don't look like me, but hey, whatever. Doesn't matter. It's just vanity, isn't it, really? Okay, good. Epiphany, hello, lovely to see you. Monica, you made the live. How lovely. That's very awesome. I'm so glad you're here. Hello, Twin Soul. Hello, Litomi. Yes, from Los Angeles, Monica. That's awesome. I'm very glad. What happened last night? Oh God, don't, one of my contact lenses was irritating me, or so I thought. So I took it out, which you do. And then my eye went down into complete meltdown and had me up at 2 a.m. My eyes were streaming. I felt sick. I was running in cold sweat. I thought I was going to faint. It was completely mental. My eye just went into complete diva mode. And today my vision in this eye is still misty. So, and then I had a migraine afterwards as well, just to make it all, because obviously it was a thing. And so, so I've still got misty vision in this eye. So I thought it was going to clear, but it hasn't cleared. So the doctor said I had to go to the eye hospital tomorrow and see what they say. I'm sure it will be fine. But what caused it? We don't know. We don't know what caused it. No idea. It was fairly brutal, though. It was one of the most horrible nights I've had in a long time. Anyway, I haven't got an eye infection. Because it seems fine. Other than that, it's a bit red, but there's no infection there. So whatever it is, it's not an infection. So we'll have to see, won't we? Yes, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Hello, Karen. All right. So it's lovely to see you all. I will keep going as long as I can. Epiphany. You can have a card, of course, about your new job. You absolutely can. So now, can I remind everybody about the tariff for a reading? The tariff for a reading, and I can't enforce this, but I would ask you very nicely, if I give you a reading, to choose a video on the channel and hit play and let it play to the end. Hopefully you'll watch it, but even if you don't, stick a like on it and leave me a comment, because it helps me, and that would be lovely. If you would do that, I would appreciate it. So thank you. Okay, Epiphany, you would like a card about your new job? Absolutely, let's do that. All right. Okay, good. Well, we've got the Page of Swords here, and the Page of Swords is a card of exploration. Okay, so it's a page, so there's lots of learning to do, and I think you've got to be quite careful about the communication in this new job, because one of the aspects about this, other than the fact it could well be there's tech that you need to really get to grips with and you need to dig into and you really need to be exploratory about, that could well be the case. But I would also just be aware of somebody around you maybe who's a little bit blunt with their communication. That isn't because they mean anything by it. Potentially, this person could just be a little bit, should we say, inappropriately blunt. Sometimes, people who are maybe slightly on the spectrum, who are not as empathetic in the way that their communication is going to be delivered or received, should I say. Just watch it doesn't get edgy, and if it does get edgy, if somebody is a bit blunt or a bit like, you just go, oh, okay, that's whatever. Don't lean in, don't reply in kind. So make sure you reply in a way that diffuses everything. Don't pay attention to it, don't attach any significance to it, okay? Because it will only make it worse, and I don't believe it's personal. So just watch that, right? But also learning tech, that's a big deal for this as well. So see what that means to you, Epiphany. I hope that helps. Just see if that's relevant. Hope it's something that helps you, but congratulations on your new job as well. Okay, Twin Soul, you may have a card. So let's ask what you should be putting your attention on this next week, Twin Soul, for the best effect, right? What should you be putting your attention on this coming week for the best effect? Good. So we've got the Moon. And the Moon is an interesting card because it's going to ask you to look at your at where you might be feeling a bit insecure, or you're not sure, or it's a card of fear, and it's a card of not being able to see clearly. And so what it's telling us is that we're asked to look at the situation clearly without the shadow of fear over it, because what might come up for you this week is some stuff, either stuff from the past or stuff from your subconscious or whatever. It's okay, nothing terrible at all. In fact, what this is telling you is it might just be that you need to step back from any feeling of being like, the Moon is often where we're just not feeling confident about where we're moving into. It's like we're seeing everything in half light. So what it's asking you to do is not lean into that. It's asking you to step back from any fear and just assume the best. Okay. Don't Don't let fear drive the bus is one of my favorite expressions in life. And that's really true for this card. All right. So whatever you're worried about or you're not sure about, or it just feels like, oh, I don't know, just know that it's not something that you need to, it will pass, and you shouldn't think that it's the truth, because it isn't. Okay. All right. Hopefully that's positive. That's really good. Feel the fear and do it anyway, twin soul. That's my advice to you. Grr. Excellent. It's quite positive, actually. Oh, thank you, John. There we go. Thank you, John. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment, buy Janice's new book, and visit Janice's online shop for lots of tarot lovelinesses. Janice's online shop is lifecodetarot.store. You can buy all kinds of tarot related things on there. We have t-shirts and cushions and courses and books. Oh, thank you, Monica. I look very professional in my glasses, don't I? I feel like if I had my hair up in a bun and I had my glasses on, then I could take my hair down, shake my hair like the universal secretary, take off my glasses and go, oh my God, Miss Jones, you're beautiful. Yeah. Oh, well. Okay. So, hello, Kerry. That's all right, Adan. Lovely to see you. Hello, Anup. Good stuff. Okay, good card from Mercury retrograde. Yes. Oh, and of course, we're just moving into Ostara, aren't we? In a couple of days, we're going to be in, it's the spring equinox now, but we're moving into the spring equinox celebration. I think it starts on the 20th, 19th or the 20th, which is wonderful because this is a period of growth and everything coming to life and everything starting to spring into action. So that's really lovely. So we could do some cards tonight for spring equinox energy. If you would like me to, I will draw a card for you to, you know, what will be your spring equinox guidance, so you can lean into that energy. Very good. Okay, lovely. If you want me to draw a card for you, that's all good. Just ask me a question. Oh, hello, Emma. Yes, Emma. I met you in Birmingham. Oh, that's great. Was that the Mind Body Spirit, or was that in the Zen shop, Emma? Because I'm going back to the Zen store on the 2nd of April in Birmingham. So if anybody here is on the live and wants to come on a workshop with me in Birmingham at the Zen store on the 2nd of April, I shall be there. And you'll be very welcome to come. Anyone in Birmingham? Great stuff. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Mill Road Films. Oh, that sounds awfully interesting. You can indeed. I would love a card to ask what the hero holds for me and my family. Also simple. What's that? At the last minute, so need to duplicate. Okay. Okay, that's lovely. Mill Road Films. Awesome. All right, then, let's take a card and let's see what is going to define, what's going to be the overarching energy for the year ahead for you and your family. Let's ask that question. Of course we can. That's interesting. So we've got this card, which looks a bit scary, but what it's talking about is overthinking. So what needs to happen this year, Mill Road Films, is that what you don't want to do is yes but yourselves out of taking decisions that need to be made, because this is the yes but card. So this guy is in what is in effect a prison of his own mind. So it feels like every answer to every question has a yes but attached to it, which means I don't think I can find the way forward because, well, we could do that, but yes but yeah, but if we do this, but right. And what is going to happen with that is you're going to keep yourselves in a holding pattern this year, when actually what you need to do is just make some kind of decision, right? And what this card tells you is by trying to avoid every negative, right, you end up in no man's land. You're going to end up doing nothing. You can't avoid every negative, and neither should you. So what you're going to have to do is pick the best thing and just do it, and then work it out as you go, right? So don't teeter on the edge of things and then not make a decision. You've got to make a decision. It may not be perfect, but that's okay. Don't go round and round, or you can just go, we're not doing anything. That's it. Not doing anything. That's it. Done. That's a decision. That's a perfectly valid decision. What you must not do this year is go round and round and round, just not making a decision. And that is a real danger this year. So that's just you're just going to waste time. You're going round and round the Tesco's car park and never getting anywhere. So yeah, just, call it in some capacity, and then move on and do something else. That's really important. So decisions and movement for this year are going to be vital. Don't try and second guess every problem, because you can't and you won't and you shouldn't. All right, there we are. Good stuff. Okay. There may be a amount of dust in your eyes, I guess. Well, I don't know, maybe. I mean, I was only walking round Sainsbury's. I don't know how that could have happened, but nevertheless, never mind. We'll move on. My silly eyes. Hello, Marin. Lovely to see you too. Okay, what is the message from Spirit? Hello, Red Karen. What is the message from Spirit? Getting through my current challenges. Right, hold on 1 second. Okay, let's have a look. Right. There we are. Karen, you read tarot, you know what the Nine of Swords means. It means that you can't let anxiety stop you. So whatever, this is a good card, this is a good card. This is telling you it's going to be okay, is what it's telling you. What it's telling you is that your current challenges are not going to lead you to the worst case scenario that you are already thinking about. So whatever you think is the big bad wolf outcome here, right, is not going to happen. It just isn't real. So you've got to be able to tell fact from fiction, and being able to tell fact from fiction is really important. So if there's something that, my challenges, I'm when we have challenges, we're always scared because we're human, right? So we go, okay, well, what if that happens? What if it happens? Well, what you do is you go, okay, what if it does happen? What will I do? When you do that, when you face whatever your fears are, face them head on and go, right, that's a nightmare. So either it's fantasy and it's just a nightmare that my brain is conjuring up to torture me, or it's a reality that may happen, in which case I need a plan. When you have a plan, your brain calms down and it's got a job to do and it likes it, and it starts to behave itself. So basically, don't go into anxiety. You're going to be fine. Just keep real logical about this and don't panic, Mr. Mannering. That is a phrase that only people of a certain vintage will know. But anyway, it's true. You're going to be fine. The worst case scenario won't happen. And what you have to do is plan for the worst properly, right? It isn't going to happen, but make sure that's going to make you not anxious, right? That's the point here. Your anxiety is the most debilitating thing, right? You're going to be fine, I promise. Janice says so, so it must be true. Great. Lovely. All right. Marin, I'm feeling conflicted about going to a conference at the end of the month. Should I go? All right. So what I'm going to ask, Marin, is if you do go to the conference at the end of the month, what will be the result? Oh, no, I know. Let's ask. If you go to the conference at the end of the month, how will you feel about it afterwards? How will you feel about having gone? All right. Let's ask. How will you feel about having gone to the conference in retrospect? The Hermit. Interesting. Well, the Hermit says that I think you feel a little isolated at the conference. And I'm wondering if you will go again. It's not terrible. It is basically saying, well, I'm not sure. I think this tells you that you're not sure how beneficial it was, because this is a very considered card. And so what it's doing is it's looking at the situation and going, what do I really think about that? And it's going, I think I'm going to have to do my own thing, follow my own thing. So, if I had to call it, Marin, if I had a gun to my head and I had to call it, I would say probably you don't have to go, because if you do go, it'll be fine. It won't be horrible, but I'm not sure that you'll get a massive amount out of it, honestly. That card is not a, wow, that was amazing, hurrah, that's great. It's not that. It's like, I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go my own way, right? So I don't know how in tune you'll feel with the energy of the conference or with what the conference has to say. And it's not a card of enormous conflict. It's more just I need to think about how I feel about all this, right? So in a way, we could see it as a positive in that at least it tells you and you get the information that enables you to move forward and make decisions down the line. It's not bad at all. It's not negative. It does actually mean that you come out of the conference kind of with a good sense of where you're going. And I'm not sure that the conference itself is all that uplifting, honestly. But I don't think you have to go. I don't think it's going to be groundbreaking for you, honestly. And it is telling you, draw on your own wisdom. If you're conflicted and you don't think you really want to, I would say follow that. Honestly, I would. There's nothing there that suggests otherwise, Marin. So, there you go. Hope that helps. I hope that hasn't just made it more confusing. Good. Thank you, Mill Road Films. I'm glad that was helpful. Okay, what have we got here? We've got Billy. Hello, Billy. What is Spirit saying in case of my love life? No contact to my soulmate. I think she's not interested and stays in her toxic environment. Okay. All right. Let's have a look. So what is the guidance to you around this situation? Okay. Let's have a look. What is the guidance to Billy around the situation with this lady? Let's have a look. Okay. All right. Well, the Seven of Cups is an interesting card here, Billy, because it's telling you that this situation with this lady is keeping you in the clouds, basically. Now, look, I know you've termed her your soulmate, and I know that you have feelings for her, and that's fine. But the trouble is that with this card, this is all about possibilities up in the ether, and there is nothing here that can be connected to. Okay, and the fact is that whatever this situation is, that you've got to come up to a point of reality. So Spirit is telling you, you have to come down to earth. You have to stand on solid ground and come to a point where you go, okay, these are the facts, and this is the action that I am going to commit to, because this situation with this soulmate is just not going anywhere, and there is a sense of unreality about it. So she isn't going to leave. That's clear from this card. She isn't going to leave, and whether you think it's toxic or not is really not, it's not going to make any difference. So you have to get kind of real here, right? Because there's too much confusion. This might happen, or this might happen, or this might happen. Too much confusion, too much castles in the air. You've got to come down to earth. You've got to ground it, and you've got to call it, Billy. And I think move on, because this card is the 7. The next card is moving on. So that's what we have to do. First, we have to ground it. We have to ground our vision, and we have to decide what's going to make us actually happy. The fact is, she's not making you happy. I know you think she's your soulmate, but from what Spirit is saying, she isn't, sweetie. She's not your soulmate. She isn't. She's just somebody that you've fallen in love with, and that's a thing. That's not nothing at all. You've fallen in love with her, and that's a sad thing, because the fact is that she isn't in the same place that you are, and you must ground that, and you must make your peace with it, and then you must find a way forward that is on solid ground. All right, that's your message from Spirit. So I hope that's okay, sweetie. I hope that helps a little bit. It's a loving message for you. It's a very kind message, and it honors where you are, but it is also telling you the truth. All right. Okay. Here we go. Oh, Yasmini, lovely to see you. We've seen you before. Great stuff. Can we see what the universe has to say for my connection to Kushagra? We can. We can indeed. I sometimes feel like these lives are like an episode of Love Actually. We have all these love stories playing out on the feed between people, and their names get really familiar. It's like, oh, what's going to happen next? Okay, let's have a look. Okay, what does the universe have to say about your connection with Kushagra? Let's ask. Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, we've had this already tonight. The Page of Swords is very investigative, okay? And what it's saying is that you need to be very, because it's swords, right? So it's of the mind and it's very communicative. So it is learning about risk. It's learning about the territory. So the Page of Swords is almost like the battle scout. So it's telling you that your connection with Kushagra is a learning experience, and it's teaching you about how can I put this, sort of challenge, and to be able to go into a situation and to find out the truth of it, because this is what the Page of Swords is all about. He wants to find out the truth. He wants to be it's going to get in there and be quite nitty gritty and go, okay, what's going on here? I really need to know the facts, because he's swords. That's what he wants to do. And he's a page, so he's curious and he wants to learn. So it's telling you, you have got to learn the facts about your situation with Kushagra. It's not unlike the last reading, except that this is telling you that you've got to get a little bit more combative about it. Because it's swords, it's very proactive. So it might be that what you need to do is just have a conversation with her, and whatever the results of that conversation are will give you the answer that you need. And you also need, as this is a page and we are future curious, right? Future curious is very important. So it's asking you to think about what the situation is and how that might play out in regards to your happiness moving forward. So maybe if Kushagra is being less than friendly, or less than communicative, or less than whatever it is she's being, it's asking you to look at the facts of that, and to look at the communication between you, and to see what's going on with that, and to let that be your answer, because that's quite important. So that's what the universe is telling you. This is a big learning curve for you, sweetie, and it's important that you do look at it from that perspective. So what is it teaching you about your future and about your happiness moving forward? All right. So good. Hope that makes sense in some way. A little bit of advice there. All very good. Okay. Vanilla and pie. Lovely. That sounds like a cafe. I would come and have a coffee and vanilla and pie. I definitely would. May I have a card in regards to this new business endeavor for mothers? You can. Okay. You can. Let's have a look. All right. So we've got the King of Pentacles here, and the King of Pentacles is asking you to be quite emotionally in charge with regards to yourself. So this is where this guy is like the counselor or the psychotherapist. So it's asking you to tune into yourself and to really look at your where you are in regards to this. So this king of cups in regards to a business would be asking you to go, okay, what are you doing? Why are you doing what you're doing? Why are you not doing other things that maybe you should be doing? It's like it's asking you to be quite inquiring as to the psychology of the situation, right? And to really psychoanalyze yourself in regards to the business, and probably psychoanalyze your clients as well in regards to the business, because the King of Cups understands, right? He's very emotionally mature and he understands. Look, he's the counselor, there's his client. He's going, okay, I understand. How does that make you feel? So your job is to be the emotionally mature one so that you can be in charge of this for you and for your clients. All right? Quite interesting. But I think first and foremost, maybe it's asking you to psychoanalyze you in regards to this business. Because in order to move it forward, that's what you're going to have to do. All right. So that'd be just interesting card, right? It's an interesting card. So what I'd be interested to see what that means to you and whether that makes sense in this instance. Good stuff. All right. That's all right, Epiphany. That was my pleasure. Hello, Ascending Universal Butterfly. Lovely to see you. Hello, Crystal Ray. Lovely to see you too. Okay. Can I have a message from the Dragon Realm, please? Oh, yes. The Dragon Realm. Perfect. Okay. Let's have a look. A message for Ascending Universal Butterfly from the Dragon Realm. Let's have a look. What is your message? Ooh, well, this is quite dragony, isn't it? We've got the Tower here. So the Tower is always an interesting card, isn't it, when it comes up, right? And the Tower is telling you that on some level, you're going to have a big shake-up, right? Because that's what the Tower's about. And it may well be that you've already been through a Tower or that you need to go through a Tower. Whatever it is, the road that you've been on and the way you've been approaching things needs to be reformed in some way. The traditional version of the Tower has a stone building, and there are people plummeting to their deaths onto the rocks below. It's very dramatic. And so here we have a version which gives you a road which is coming to an end, and a pylon which is a good deal more flimsy than the Tower. And on the Tower card we have 4 banners. Let me just, don't know whether you can see that. Let me hold that up for you. We have 4 banners, and those 4 banners say faith, security, morality, and identity. So, Ascending Universal Butterfly, you have to answer these 4 questions. In what do you put your faith? How safe do you feel, and what makes you feel safe? How do you feel about right and wrong and the world and what's fair and whether the world is fair, and who are you in all of that? Now, there is a thing in that needs to be remade. So maybe you need to look at your trust as a foundation, and then you need to look at how safe you feel with regards to how much you trust yourself, your connection, right? Whether you think the world is fair and whether things are working in your favor, and who you are in relation to all of that. That is your message from the dragon realm. And that is quite a big message, sweetie. That's a huge message. Very powerful. So asking you to really take a step back and look at how everything is stacked up and what serves you and what doesn't. Okay? Good. Awesome. Right. Okay, Crystal Ray, can I know what Corey is thinking of me? Well, we can certainly try. Okay. All right. So, Crystal Ray. Okay. What defines Corey's thoughts for you currently? Well, we have the Six of Pentacles. And the Six of Pentacles, as you can see, the boy and the dog, this is what's called a hierarchical relationship. And this is where whoever is in charge of the exchange, so whoever is the one who wants to be the one who says, right, that person is never going to allow the situation to rebalance. There is never an equal balance in this relationship. So Corey is looking at the relationship with you and perhaps saying, well, I'll do what I'm going to do when I'm going to do it, or I'm going to give just enough, or I'm not going to give anything, but I'm the one that decides. And so the thing is with this card, you have to be really careful, because if Corey is looking at this from his point of view as he is the boy, then he's going to always make you wait. And he's always going to give you little bits, tiny little bits. And you're going to have to be satisfied with that, because that's never going to change. If he is looking at the situation as you are the boy, in that you hold the keys, you're the one that says, you're the one that always makes him wait, you're the one that holds back and, says, well, when I'm ready, but not until. He's looking at that and he's thinking, I don't know how I feel about that, really. So whatever the balance is between you, right, it's out of whack and it's not going to rebalance. It isn't. It's written in stone in the fabric of the relationship. Somebody, one of you, is always going to want to be the boy. There is never going to be two boys. There is always just going to be a boy and a dog. So one of you is always going to be the dog. And ultimately, the relationship is not destined to be one that can grow as a result, because it's not a relationship of equals. All right? But it's a seriously important card, that, So if that's what Corey's thinking, then it's telling you that he is reevaluating whether or not the connection between you is one that is gonna work. Or maybe he's just thinking, well, I'm the one who's going to be the boy then. Anyway, you must decide what that means to you, Crystal, and whether that makes sense to you, and what you think. Great. Yes, John. Fear. Face everything and rise. Definitely. I like that. I like that a lot. Very good. That is awesome. Okay. All right, Monica. Monica, I am thinking of flying out of the country. 7 days only. Will it be okay? Okay, let's have a look. Okay. I'm not sure. Well, interestingly enough, Monica, we've got the same card, which is quite amazing, really, isn't it? Considering you saw me shuffling. So everything I said before, we can apply here as well. Will it be okay? Depends on what you mean by okay, doesn't it? Because there is this, again, we have this hierarchical thing. This who is in charge here? Who's going to be the one that says how much is on offer? And I have a feeling, Monica, that it won't be as much as you want is on offer. So, okay, I don't know whether you will be thrilled about the result, if I'm honest, right? I asked what the result would be, and this is the card I've got, which tells you that maybe somebody else will not be as available as you want them to be. Maybe, they'll be, you'll be kept waiting, or it just feels a bit clunky, like somebody else is going to be in charge of the situation and you're going to be having to catch up. So it's not saying that it's a disaster, but I'm not sure how comfortable it will be ultimately. And so, I think you need to think about what you want to get out of the trip, why you're going, and what you want the end result to be, right? It may not be that right now is the best time. So it's not an absolute yes about going, honestly. But, I would just hold on that and think about that. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Is new romantic love entering my life soon? Oh, Anoop, lovely to see you. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, so what I asked Anoop was, what does Anoop need to know about finding a new romantic partner, right? Because if I ask the question and I get no, you're just going to be fed up, aren't you? So what we need to know is, I know you want a new romantic partner, but what we want to know is, what do you need to know about that? So what we've got is, this is the card called the Five of Wands. And this is saying that there are conflicts in the situation. So you are conflicted in this situation. And ultimately, you're fighting yourself. And also, maybe you need to come to a point of really knowing. Again, we've got this thing of knowing what you want. In this card, there is an important message. Right, we have two people here. They look the same. They're fighting each other. So what this is often, this is first and foremost an internal battle. So what we have to do is we have to win the battle first within ourselves before we can win the battle out on the battlefield, right? So when we have to, what do I mean by win the battle within ourselves? Well, you have to decide what you're most passionate about. What do you most want, right? And you're conflicted. You don't really know what you want. It's like there's this battle inside you. So until you've won this battle, until you're able to go, yes, I'm confident, I know what I want, I know I can be successful, which is the card after this, right? Until you can do that, then romantic success is not going to follow, because you've got to be confident first. You've got to know what you want first. You've got to win that battle in there first, and then you can win the battle out there, right? So I think you need to be prepared for a period coming up of you working through this conflict in you first, because until you've won it in you first, you can't win it out there. All right, it's a wands card. The one with the most passion and the most fire wins. All right, that's the fact of life. You have to be the one with the most passion and the most fire, but not for a certain person, for what you want in life, for what's going to make you happy. Don't make it associated with one person. It must be you and what you want in your life. That's the battle you've got to win. Right? There you go. Listen to Auntie Janice. She will tell you straight. Good. Lovely. There you go. Nope, I haven't missed you. I have just answered your question. Good stuff. Yes, Emma, it's Zen. Great. Awesome. Who have we got coming up? Yes, Kiki, you can ask a question. Hello, Celine. Lovely to meet you. You can have a career reading. Sorry, I just have to put this up. I know, right? So when I said don't panic, Mr. Mannering, I was hoping somebody would get it. And I hoped it would be you, John, because if you hadn't got it, John, I would have been very disappointed in you. I'm glad you got it. Okay, Celine, you can indeed have a career reading. Once more, I'm going to remind everybody, if you have a reading for me, if you have a reading from me, please pick a video on the channel and hit play. That's your reading tariff. Please don't just take a reading and run away. Please hit a reading on the channel, hit play, let it run all the way through, and give me a like and a comment, because it helps me in return, and I would really appreciate that. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well, of course. Okay, Celine, a career reading. Let's have a look. So what is the advice to you about your career moving forward? Oh, good. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune is really cool. So this is telling you that change is up ahead for sure, and that it's and that the change is not of your making. So there will be circumstantial shifts around you. So that's going to be something that you need to lean into. Okay, so whatever is changing, so whatever it is now, it will not be. So there'll be shifts around you, and it's important for you to lean into that. So whatever those changes are, you can make changes happen. But ultimately, that's what's going on. So you trying to drive the bus right now is not going to work. You're going to have to look at what's happening circumstantially and work with it, right? So this is not about you pushing your way through. That's not going to work. You can't do that. Not when the Wheel of Fortune is in operation. When the Wheel of Fortune is in operation, all bets are off, right? It's like the wheel is spun and things are going to end up in a different place. And that's okay. It's not what it is, right? It's life. So life is going to take a turn and you're going to have to work with it. And that's okay. So don't feel that you at the moment can steer things. You can't. You're going to have to go with the flow, right? Very important. But it is important that you stay positive and you stay focused on how to make the best of it, right? However this moves, going to move you to the next chapter. Things are getting recalibrated. And I think you'll see that over the next month, and probably the next month, 2 months, you'll see things moving and shaping, and that then you'll be in a position where you can see the road ahead a bit more clearly. All right, good stuff. Right, let's have a look. Kiki. Is this connection a lesson or a blessing? Should I stick it out with them? All right, let's have a look. Right. Okay. Kiki, is this connection romantic, I presume? Lesson or blessing? What is the guidance around this connection? What should you do for the best outcome for your happiness, right? Regarding this connection, what should you do for the best outcome for your happiness? The Page of Swords. Good. We've had this a couple of times tonight. So what you need to do here is to be very investigative for yourself. So remember when if you were on the call earlier, we were talking about this card, and there is quite a lot of communication tied up with the Page of Swords. And it's quite, it can be quite spiky communication, right? So it asks you to do a couple of things. It asks you to look at the communication in the scenario, so in the relationship, and ask yourself, is this communication going the way you want it to? Is this the kind of communication that is going to make you happy? You need to look at the inherent risks in the relationship for yourself. So if you were to stay in this relationship, where do you think it would take you? So if there are lessons, right? What are the lessons that it's asking you to dig in and answer your own question. I'm going to say it's probably a lesson because it's a page, right? I mean, bottom line. And I think it's telling you that you need to learn whatever the lesson is and then decide for yourself whether or not you need to carry on with it. Only you can decide. It's really important. As for sticking it out, your language there, again, language, all important. Your language is all important. Sticking it out. Do you want to spend your life sticking it out? So this is telling you to get really logical, to really look at it, to really look at the situation, to really look at the communication between the two of you, and to really be future curious. Where do you think this is going to lead, right? What is your life going to be like down the line with this person? On the assumption that they're not going to change, because you cannot build a future on the assumption someone's going to change. No, you shouldn't do it. You can't do it. You've got to take it as it is, and you're going to go, okay, if I project forward logically, how does it look 5 years down the line? Just the same as it is now. And you've answered your question. All right, there you go. I think it's a lesson, honestly. That would be my answer. So Monica, I can only give you one card, but I will tell you that if if that card indeed, as the Six of Pentacles, is in operation, it isn't going to leave you feeling entirely satisfied. All right. It isn't a particularly comfortable card. It's where we're always wanting that it could have been a bit more. Maybe, maybe it could have been a bit more. Maybe, somebody could have given some more. Maybe we could have had a better. So it feels a little, unsatisfying is what I think you'll feel, honestly. That's how I think you'll feel. I think you'll come back and you'll go, oh, well. It isn't going to give you everything you want, Monica. Whatever it is, it'll give you something. It'll give you something, but it won't give you everything you want. And that's just a fact. All right? So I hope that helps a bit. Good. Marin, thank you. I'm glad that helped. That's lovely. Okay, oops, hold on. Let's see. Good. What have we got? Geopedia. I hope that's how you pronounce it, sweetie. Hello. Did I meet my soulmate at my current job? Is it a man? Okay, I can't tell you if it's a man. Well, I mean, if it came up as a court card, then I guess we could draw our own conclusions. But I can tell you if it's a soulmate. Tarot doesn't really, it won't answer those two questions together, right? But I can tell you if it's a soulmate, and we'll see. Let's see what it says. Guidance to you around this person being a soulmate in your life. Let's ask. Well, a man then. Unless it happened to be a court card, somebody heard me. A man then. Is it a soulmate? I don't know if I can say yes to that. You see, the trouble is with the King of Wands. Right, move my glasses down and give you that look. Is that he really likes attention, and he likes to be attractive, and I think you've got to be a little bit careful with this. There is a trope with this card and love. When I asked, is he a soulmate? What this says is, this is a guy who likes to make himself, I think, potentially in relationships, somebody's ideal. Look, I'm not going to bandy the word narcissist around, because I'm not accusing him of being a narcissist. I don't know him. I haven't done a reading for him. I'm not doing that. But there is an energy with the King of Wands, which is a little bit addicted to wanting people to fall in love with him, wanting their attention, wanting their sort of, their, attachment. I would be very cautious about saying it was a soulmate. I would say no. I would say be careful. I would say take it very slowly and allow it to play out, and watch for any red flags that may come up Don't overlook them in the guise of the romantic language of soulmate, because once you start bandying that romantic phrase around, you are going to gloss over any red flags, girl, it might be on the agenda. Don't do it. Okay, I'm saying girl. I don't know. Maybe you are a girl, maybe you're not a girl, but it doesn't matter whether you're a girl or not. Doesn't matter. Same answer, right? Not a soulmate. Not a soulmate. Sorry. Just saying. Not with that card. But might be fun. I'm just saying. Might be fun. All right. Good, Karen. Oh, that's good. I'm glad. That's a really good card for you then, Karen, isn't it? That was awesome. That was the perfect card. Don't we love it when that comes up? Gina, lovely to see you, Gina. Yes, yes. Gina, we were going to get you into our practice group, weren't we? We need to talk about that. That's what I think you asked me about that, didn't you? I don't have, Gina, I don't have any contact details for you, darling, so I can't contact you direct. So you'll have to shout at me. But yes, I can't do that unless yeah, no, I don't have any contact details for you. So if you'd like to join, then let me know. And I will give you all of the information you need. All right. Card from Spirit. Feeling a bit lost for the next steps. Okay, that's cool. Let's see what we can do. So what are Gina's next steps? What should Gina do? We're going to ask Spirit, what is Gina's next step for the absolute most positive result? Oh, okay. Well, I guess that makes some sense, really, doesn't it? So the Five of Swords, the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is a card of, it's a card of grief, isn't it? And what this is doing is it's asking you to honor the fact that there has been some disappointment or some grief that you have had to process. Something hasn't worked out. And what it's also asking you to do is to almost begin again. So whatever, in a way, stepping away from the grave, whatever it's a grave of, is going to be important because it's asking you to turn and walk towards an activity or something which makes you feel good, which makes you feel happy. And doing that in honoring your life. What would affirm your life, Gina? What if you were to imagine yourself, going, okay, I can't sit in this space, right? I can't sit in this space. What would make me feel good? What would I do next that would just uplift me a bit and bring some light into my life? And that's what you should do. That's absolutely what you should do, because at the moment what it's saying is that your energy is a bit low. Maybe your vibration's a bit low. That's not a criticism at all. It's just where we are, just where you are. It's all good, but don't sit there. Don't sit there thinking that it's going to solve itself, because it isn't. So your job is to zhuzh it up a bit and to find something which is going to bring you to life, right? Life. That's what's the most important thing with this card. Find new life, and find life that's going to put some light into your life. All right? That's your next step. That's what you should do. All right, sweetie, I hope that helps. I hope that makes a little bit of sense. Let's see. Let me know. Let me know what you think. Okay, Leela, Leela. Lee's current energy towards me. Thank you. All right. Okay. All right. So let's see. What are Lee's current feelings towards Leela? King of Cups. So the King of Cups says that he is feeling that he needs to do the right thing. He's taking emotional responsibility for whatever his position is. And so if the relationship is not going anywhere, or is is going through a difficult thing, then Lee is currently looking at his own position and going, okay, I need to own my side of things and do what I think is right to because ultimately, if everybody's going to be happy, I'm going to have to be the one that says. And so either he's not contacting you because he thinks you want different things, and so he's going, well, I just know that I need to do this, or he's saying, I understand how you feel. This is what I'm going to do. Again, it's very authoritative. A king energy is very authoritative, and it takes emotional charge. So he is the one who is saying, I need to be the one that make the emotional decisions in this situation. And I'm going to be the one that drives the emotional bus. So he's going to be the one who makes the decisions as to whether the relationship's going to move forward or whether it's not. And that's how he feels right now. So it is not the most, it's not an idealistic card, it's just a card of trying to almost be a grown-up. It's quite a grown-up card. It's saying, okay, I need to do what I think is right, and I need to understand how everybody else is feeling and then make my decisions accordingly. All right? That's how he's feeling right now. It's very focused on his own position, not he's not thinking about you other than from that perspective. So he's bearing your feelings in mind, but he's stepping back a bit and he's going, okay, how do I feel? What is the right thing for all concerned? And that's what I'm going to do. All right? Hope that makes sense. Okay, lovely. All right. Anoop. Oh, sweetie. We ask this every week, my love, and the answer's always the same. I don't know what to tell you, darling. Okay, I'm going to take a card for you, honey, but only because we're all rooting for you, love. We really are. But honestly, it's not looking good, sweetie, is it, between Ashby and you? Honestly, we've done this now for about 4 weeks. I'm just saying, I don't forget, right? Okay, what is the potential of a love relationship between Ashby and me? We've got justice, which is consequences. The future potential of a love relationship between Ashby and you will have consequences for your life, and you will have to live out those consequences, and they won't necessarily be ideal at all. All right, this is not a particularly happy outcome. And this is telling you that it will be probably quite contractual. So, which again is not love, darling. It's not love, right? It's not. Anyway, we're not looking at a pink fluffy outcome here, my love. Okay. Good stuff. What else have we got? Good. Vanilla and pie. I'm very happy to hear that. Thank you. My pleasure. Ascending universal butterfly. Makes sense to me. I'm glad. That's really good. Okay. Stephanie, lovely to see you. You may have a card regarding writing. Oh, yes. I love a creative question. You can. Guidance for you around writing. Let's have a look. Okay. Guidance for Stephanie around writing. Okay, so we have the Six of Swords, Stephanie. 1 second. So we have the Six of Swords, and this is telling you that the process that you're in is feeling long, and something about the process you're not enjoying. However, I think it's asking you to understand that the process is important. The process of writing is important. And it's not about where it's going to take you. It's about you doing the journey. That's the most important thing. Because I think with the writing, you're going to work through stuff. And you may, and that may be in the content. Maybe it is the writing of the content, or maybe it's actually the process of writing in which you're learning about you and what makes you tick and your creative center, whatever. But it is the process which is the most important. And the fact that the process is taking a long time, or might take longer than you think, is okay. Because by the time you get to the other side, actually, you're going to be feeling a lot better. And the fact you will have worked through what you have to work through in this process is going to be really, really positive for you. All right? So don't think about the destination. Think about the process and what's happening within the process, and allow that to take you and go into it just like you were on a journey yourself, and that will bring you the best results. Okay, and it feels sticky. It feels like this is not easy. It isn't easy, but it will get easier. That's the point of this card. It will get easier. The further in you get, the further on you get, it gets into a rhythm, and you will get there. And in the getting there is the gift. Okay, so I hope that makes sense to you. It's quite nice. It's quite a nice message, actually. It's really lovely. Keep going. For sure, keep going. It's actually important that you do. Really good. Excellent. Loving that. Whoops. Hold on. There we go. Great. Good, Crystal Ray. I'm glad that makes sense. Let's have a look. Crafty girl. Great stuff. Thank you very much. Can I also remind you all to subscribe to the channel and make sure you like the video. Make sure you like another video. And if I have done a reading for you tonight, please pick a video on the channel and please hit play and let it run. And then like it. And leave a comment. Oh my God, my views are desperate. Do you know what? I put in a search into full disclosure here. Sorry, crafty girl. Give me a second. Full disclosure. I put in a search on ChatGPT and said, why are my YouTube views so low? I don't understand it. I just, what is going on? And do you know what ChatGPT told me? It told me, your videos are too philosophical. YouTube doesn't know what to do with them. So basically stop making these tarot philosophical videos and YouTube will like you better. Okay, I will. Thank you. So there we are. My YouTube videos are too thoughtful. I have to be more educational. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make some educational videos and hopefully the algorithm will take pity on me and show them to some people. So please, guys, if you're on this call, can you please show YouTube that you appreciate the channel and play some of the damn videos? Because otherwise, you know what? It takes a lot to make this channel and to do these videos. And we spend a lot of time editing them. It's a little bit heartbreaking that I get such pitiful amounts of views. Let's call it like it is, right? Right, crafty girl, my wine's over. Would like to know if my Taurus lover is feeling guilt or regret for breaking up with me. Okay, let's have a look and see how he feels. Okay. Okay, so we have the Ace of Swords here, and the Ace of Swords tells you that I think the answer is no, darling. I don't think he feels guilt or regret. What I think he feels is that it's just a fact, and that it had to happen, because the Ace of Swords is it's one true thought. So it's very logical. It's very unemotional. So guilt and regret are both emotions. The Ace of Swords has no emotion in it whatsoever. It just cuts through and goes fact. One fact. So it is telling you that he believes it was the right thing to do, that he believes it is just a fact of life that it had to happen. So no, I don't think he does feel guilt or regret. I think he just feels that it was the right thing, hon. And, you know, is what it is what that tells you. Sorry. Moving on from him, because you're worth more. You know that. You are. Okay. All right. What else do we have? We have Matcha. Would my love life be someone from the past or someone new? All right, let's have guidance on that. Let's see. Guidance from someone from the past, someone new. Someone new, for sure. Six of Swords again. In regards to this is telling you that you have not moved on properly and you need to. So this is where you're making an emotional journey you don't want to make, and we get that. That's understandable. But it's telling you you can't go back. Don't go back. This is a very important message in this card. This is so this guy and this child on the boat. Now look, that's symbolic. The guy with the child is the vulnerable part that he is taking care of. It's a symbolic thing. So he is taking control. So he's standing. It's a male energy, because in tarot, the male energy is the proactive, objective energy, right? And the child is the vulnerable thing that we take care of. And so he is being very objective, and he's taking care of the vulnerable thing, the vulnerable part, and he's having to make an emotional journey to a future that he does not know what it contains. He doesn't want to make this journey, and he doesn't know whether it's going to be any better or not. So the thing is, in answer to your question, that's why it's telling you that it's going to be somebody in the future. You just don't know who, and that's okay, right? It's okay. Don't go back. Absolutely, 100% don't go back. There you go. That is your advice from Auntie Janice this evening. Good. Okay. Crystal Ray, I cut him off with the kitty cat. Okay. Okay, I cut him off with the kitty cat. The kitty cat, I don't know what this is. The kitty, I looked at that and I read Kit Kat, but I'm sure it isn't Kit Kat. You cut him off with the kitty cat. I don't know. Explain to us, sweetie, what that is, because I've got no idea what that means. Good stuff. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, write a comment. Don't forget to buy Janice's new book. It's a brilliant idea also to visit Janice's online shop, lifecodetarot.store. Thank you, John. Loving you for that. Great stuff. Let's see. Okay. So, Suresh, yes, you can. All right. Okay, so Suresh, what we're going to do is we're going to ask what are your next steps? What should you do next for the best effect, right? I think that's quite nice to have something really tangible, isn't it? What should you do next for the best effect? Ooh. Now, this is so cool, because I always find it really interesting when the devil comes up as a what should you do, right? And this freaks people out when the devil comes up as an advice card. What it actually means is, Suresh, it's okay to be selfish. It's okay to put your own needs first. On this occasion, it is okay. You've got to absolutely hone in on what you think is going to make you feel good and what you want to do. Now, the devil is an interesting card because it's a very powerful energy. So we do have to be careful with it, right? Because it can be addictive, and it can be, so we have to make sure that we're not leaning into anything that's negative in our lives, right? So we're going to make sure that we're not taking it as permission to drink too much or to connect to anything that we know is not good for us. We know, right? But with regards to your life, what's really going to be important is for you to actually know that it's okay to be a bit selfish sometimes and to put your own needs first, because the devil is all about, it's a very myopic card. It really focuses on what's right for one person and one person only. And now that's you. Don't let that be a life path. It's for now. It's a card of power. So whatever this is telling you is you need to power it with the power of your own desire, right? Whatever it is you desire, you've got to power your way forward with that. You don't need to bear anybody else in mind. Ignore the needs of the people around you who think they should be borne in mind, right? They should be part of the equation. This is telling you they shouldn't. This is telling you this is all you. This is you now in the spotlight. Do what you want to do and do it with power. Don't make it a life choice. You get a pass here. You get a free pass. Don't get addicted to it, all right? Just for now. All right, liking that. That's exciting. Good stuff. Hello, Kiki. I didn't skip you, Kiki. I have actually done your reading. And the reading was that it is a lesson, sweetie. You got the Page of Swords. And I gave you quite an in-depth discussion on that. I'm not going to do it again because we've got quite a lot of other people on the call. But I did do it. You got the Page of Swords. Bottom line, it's a lesson. And if you want to read the whole reading, just watch it back. You can skip through and find it, but I've definitely done it for you. So perhaps you went off and made a cup of tea, probably. But yes, you have had your reading for sure. Okay. Right, Crafty Girl, I have done your reading. Gio Pedro, I have done your reading. Elizabeth, I have not done your reading. Okay. Great stuff. Okay, yes, you can. You can have a message from Spirit. Absolutely, Elizabeth. Don't forget, as your tariff for your reading after this call, to go and hit play on one of the other videos on the channel, like it, and leave a little message. I would appreciate that. If you would do that, that would be very nice. Okay, let's have a look. So this is Elizabeth. Okay, what is Elizabeth's message from Spirit? Well, you have the Queen of Swords. She's one of my favorite cards in this deck. She is she's the tough love queen, Elizabeth. And your message is here that that's what you need to step into, right? So whatever it is you're doing this month, it's going to be really important for you not to be emotional about it. It is what it is. You've got to kind of just take control and not go into any if, buts, and maybes, not go into how you feel. What they're saying to you is you've just got to be really almost business-like. Right, that's it. We've just got to get it done. Whatever you got to get done, you've got to get it done. It's a very strategic card. So it's important that you think about your why. So what do you need to get done and why? Get connected with the why, and then put your strategies in place to make happen what you need to make happen. And don't go into any emotional stuff about it. It won't help. All right. So you need to just cut the cord on any emotions and just be very, very businesslike, very, very right. What are we doing this for? When do we need to get it done by? Why am I doing it? What do I need to put in place? Dumph, dumph, dumph. and then do it. And that's what your message from spirit is, that you need to focus, right, and be very strategic. Good. Right. Interesting. Very down to earth message from spirit for you. Lovely. Hello, Sprinkles Animates. Lovely. Can I get a guidance card for how to navigate the rest of March? Yes, you can. You absolutely can. Okay. Right. Oh, the mighty page of Knight of Pentacles. The guidance card to navigate the rest of March is just to keep going. So it's just keep on keeping on, do the hard yards, just sit on that tractor and just plow the fields, plant the seeds, do the thing, right order, right time. This is one of the process cards in tarot, so it's telling you that there is a process here for you and you've got to sit it out. And it's a really lovely card, really, because it may not be the most exciting ride in the world, but it promises that if you keep going, you will get where you want to go. It's just a bit of a bumpy ride and it's not the most exciting ride. And honestly, it can be a bit tedious, but it will be worth it. It always pays off. So keep going through March, plow through, tractor, get it? And that will get you where you want to go. Good stuff. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No mystery to that. Lovely. My pleasure, Kiki. All right, Cassie, we've got 2 messages. Let me, hold on. Last tense, the resolution. I don't, okay, how will this, all right, let's look here. Okay. I'd like to ask, how will this dispute ultimately be resolved in the end? This is a dispute between Cassia's ex-employer and her in a mediation situation. Okay. All right, how will the dispute ultimately be resolved in the end? Let's have a look. Right. How will the dispute be ultimately resolved in the end? Gosh. Well, 5 of Wands. Not amicably, honestly. Ultimately, it's going to be a battle to the end here. And they aren't going to want to give in. You're not going to want to give in. Gosh, it's not giving you a great answer, is it? Because it's, I mean, it does tell you one thing. I may pull another card here. Let me just run this card through and wring all I can out of it before I do that. So the idea with the 5 is, especially the 5 of Wands, is that the person who is the most confident and has the most vision and the most fire energy, this card says, will win, will come out as the victor in the 6. And you've got to have the most fire in your belly, and you've got to have the most vision. So it doesn't look to me like it's the most logical, or it's just the one who sees it clearly and is the most passionate about it. Passion wins here. And so if you want to win, Cassia, that's how you win. You win with fire energy, you win with passion, and also a little bit of creativity as well. Yeah, I like that. A little bit of creativity, because we're in one's energy. We're in swords here, right? So they came at you with the Knight of Swords, right? So we took that for you last time. That turned out to be right. Okay, so it was very fast and tense and combative. So therefore, that's how they're going to play it. So what you've got to do is you've got to step into more of a creative role. So you've got to have your vision. You've got to be passionate about it. It doesn't have to be brutal, but it has to be passionate and fiery and visionary. And you've got to bring a little bit of creativity into this. You've got to build a picture. You've got to inspire or dominate with the picture that you paint, right? So it says how this will ultimately be resolved. The one who is better at that wins. Maybe that's not defined yet. Let me just ask one more question for you, because I know that isn't answering the question in the way you want it answered. Let me ask what you need to know about winning and see if I get a different answer. See, that's why it's not telling you, because there are other things in play that will also influence things. I think the decision isn't made yet, Cassia. The Wheel of Fortune is telling you that there are events that are going to come into play which are going to influence the situation, which at the moment is not in play. And that's going to be unforeseen, ho ho, said the tarot reader. But nevertheless, comes out of left field and changes things. So you've still got to be the one who is the most confident, the most passionate, and the most creative in their communication and their vision, right? It doesn't say you can't win. I think it's just trying to steer you as to the best way to win. Great. Right. Okay. Joe Pedro, I understand what you're saying. I can't. It's too complicated, darling. We've already answered your question, and you've given me lots of information here. If you want me to do that reading for you, that's a lot. You're going to have to book a reading with me, I'm afraid, and we can go into all of those people, and we can look at them all. But I can't do that on this call, sweetie. That's going to take, that's a half an hour's reading right there. All right. But you asked me if you had met your soulmate at work. You said, is it a man? I said, I think probably the one you're looking at is a man, but he's not your soulmate. All right. And you need to be careful of him. So there you go. I think hopefully that's answered your question. Yeah. Oh, great, Gina. Okay, that's cool. Email me and we'll communicate. That's lovely. And I'm glad the 5 of Cups makes sense. Excellent, Stephanie. That's right. We've done that already. Crafty Girl, I'm sure I did your reading. Actually, I did do your reading. I cannot remember what it was, but I definitely did it. And Matcha, I did your reading as well, and your answer was someone new. Don't go back. For sure. Does this mean we're not getting any more tarot contents? No. You will get tarot. So this is on the channel. No, you will get tarot contents, but they won't be me musing as much as I do. I have, apparently, according to ChatGPT, I have to go back and I have to be more educational in my tarot. That's what I have. I have to be. My tarot videos have to be more educational than philosophical. Apparently, I'm too philosophical. That's what ChatGPT told me, and that's why YouTube doesn't like me. So there we go. Shirley. Okay. Shirley Huntley. Will Nick be returning, or will it be someone from my past? Okay, let's have a look. Right. Let's have a look. Right. Well, this is interesting, Shirley. So what I have for you is the Empress. And that's a very interesting card in answer to your question, which is, will Nick be returning, or will it be someone else from my past? I think neither. And the reason I think neither is because the Empress is a card of self-care. And it's telling you that new life is what's needed here. So she is the archetypal mother. So she's wanting to take care of you. And she is the creative hub from which all of our life is created. And in this instance, what I'm getting from this is that actually what's most important for you is to know that you can move forward without anybody from the past. It doesn't have to be Nick, and it doesn't have to be someone else from the past. You're just going back to that because it's familiar, and because it's what you think you need, and because what you think makes you feel good. But actually, what the Empress says is, be born anew, be born again, bring new life to you, and take care of you properly. Nurture you in that new life. Bring that new life into being and take care of it. Make it happy. Bring it up to be strong and happy and luscious. The past is not that. Okay? And I don't see that. That's not in alignment with the Empress energy. All right? So that's my reading for you, darling. Neither of them. All right? I hope that makes sense. All right. Great. Okay, what else do we got? Elizabeth, I did your reading. Let's have a look. CMD. Oh, thank you. Don't forget to like the video, guys. Subscribe to the channel and write a comment and buy Janice's new book. And visit Janice's new shop, lifecodetarot.store. That'd be very good. Thank you, John. Loving you for that. Hello, Laura. New subscriber. Lovely. Thank you, Laura. I'm very happy to have you here. Can you have a card? You absolutely can. Okay. Let me see. So, Lara, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a message from Spirit for you for your next most positive steps forward. So what can you most positively do in the remainder of the month to get your life kicking and on track? And this is your message from Spirit about that. Okay, good. So this is the Two of Swords. It's Two of Wands. It's a card called Dominion, and this is where it's telling you, in order to move forward, you've got to make a decision. And making that decision is important because you are at the moment standing at a crossroads. And that crossroads is important. And what you don't want to do is stay on the crossroads too long. So the question is, how do you make the decision? Well, we're in the Two of Wands, and the Two of Wands is fire energy. So you make it with passion. So what are you most passionate about? Which choice you're going to make? Which way are you going to go? What are you going to choose? It's really, really important this month that you lean into that and that you choose with vision and creativity, not fear. So we have a red keyhole and we have a gold keyhole. We have this guy standing here in front. Which door are we going to unlock? So what you have to do is you have to look at each choice and you have to go, okay, what excites me most? We're not going to make this decision by logic. We're going to make this decision by passion and by vision. And what choice do I see? Do I feel connected with? What choice do I say hell yeah to? Okay. If it's like, oh, I'd love to do that, but really I should do that. No, love to do that wins. Okay. That's how you make your decision. All right. Hope that makes sense. Excellent. Very good. I like a nice, powerful card. Right, Rezia. Great. All right, John, I see you. Of course you can. I'll get to you next. Rezia, hope you're well. Does Mushed love me? Okay, let's ask that. Let's see. How does Mushed see their feelings for Rezia? How does Mushed see their feelings for Rezia? Well, we have the Ace of Cups. And actually, that's quite nice. So I think possibly he certainly really likes you. I'm not gonna go all out and go, yes, absolutely he does, because this is an ace and it is potential. So this is the potential of love. It isn't actually full-blown love because it is an ace, and an ace carries the potential within it of love, which is really great. It's good. It's a good card. And what it's telling you is there is the potential of love here. It has to be nurtured. It's not guaranteed, because what you both do and the way you both move forward is going to matter. But we have ground to stand on. We have a reason to carry on and explore further and work at it. So very good. That's good. Good. Have at it. And I would say there is every reason to be optimistic that things could develop in a positive way. As I said, no guarantees with an ace, but a good beginning. All right. So that's good. Excellent. We like that. Okay, John, you're up. Center stage. Can I have a card? Finally, the week you said, oh, the professional exam. Excellent. How exciting. Okay. All right, John, let's have a look. Gosh, we're all on tenterhooks with you, John. We are there with you. cheering you on from the sidelines. Okay. Right. Well, John, I've got the Six of Swords. Now, you're a tarot reader, and you know, I can't give you a slam dunk yes. You know that. I can't give you a slam dunk yes with that card. And I would love to. I want to a lot. But I can't. It isn't a failure. I don't know. It's maybe it's just a result that is not as good as you wanted. I don't know. It doesn't feel. It's an odd one, isn't it? It's an odd one because it's you're not. Because I asked, how will you feel when you get the results? Right. That's what I asked. And we've got the Six of Swords. And the Six of Swords is in transition, moving on. So it's like my journey's not over with this. I'm carrying on in some way. There isn't a sense of failure. We're not getting in this, you know, the big crushing disappointment. We're not getting the real cards. But nevertheless, as you know, John, this just tells you the journey's not over. Maybe you'll have to retake. I don't know. It looks like there's a continuation of some sort that is necessary in the process of this. Well, John, it's not the card I would have chosen for you if I could have chosen one, but it is the card we've got. So what do you think, John? What do you think about that? In fact, let's throw this open to all our tarot readers on the call. What do we think? Six of Swords for John. What do you think? What about you, Maren? What about you, Karen A, or Karen, or Stephanie? Do you read tarot? I know you know John. Maybe that's how you know John. Who have we got on the call who reads tarot and who would like to chip in with that? Because it's an odd card, but that's my take on it. I would be interesting. No, it's not your stalker, is it? Not at all. It would have been worse if it had been the Ace of Swords, John, wouldn't it? To be honest with you, it wouldn't have been. Good. Good. Shareth, good. I'm glad. I'm glad you both understand the message. Elizabeth, I'm glad you understand the message. Sprinkles, excellent. I'm glad. Okay, so Laura, I just did yours. Right, so let's have a look. How will my business plan? So Tanvik, okay. I think Beth, if I've mispronounced your name, do forgive me. Tanvik, please do subscribe to the channel and pick a video. Hit play. Leave me a message. That is your tariff for your reading. Okay, how will Tanvik's business pan out? Let's see. Do you know what I want to do, Tanvik? If I'm going to slightly reword your question, because I don't like fatalistic questions. And the reason I don't like them is because if I say something negative to you, that's going to stay with you, and that's going to be really disempowering for your business. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to be a disempowering reader because that's not helpful to you. So what we're going to do is we're going to take guidance as to the best way forward for your business, right? What can you do in your business for the best outcome, right? And let's see what it says for that. Because otherwise, there's nothing for you to action there, is there otherwise? So, okay. So Tavik, we're going to ask, what action should you take for the best outcome in your business? Good. Okay. See, that's quite encouraging, really. This is the Hierophant. And what the Hierophant tells you is that you must absolutely play it by the book. So there is a way it's done. There is a hierarchy. What's important? Play by the rules. You're not reinventing the wheel with this business, right? You can do it by the book. There is a playbook as to how to make this business work, right? Do it. Don't try and shortcut. Don't try and be creative. Don't try and do something that is not within the realms of the rules. The rules have the gold here, right? There are those who have walked this path before you. There are those who know how to do it. Do it how they've done it, right? That will get you the best results. This is a really important card. And this card tells you, I think, that you can be successful if you do it like that, right? So learn about business, learn about how your business moves forward in the formal way, right? No creativity here in the business. I don't know what your business is. That's different. The business, to make the business successful, right? Follow the rules. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. You'll get there. Very encouraging. That's very good. We like that. Okay, so Laura, I did your reading. Good. Well, John, I mean, I get you. I mean, I understand that completely. But the trouble is, something is not working, is it? Because if somebody's getting 35 views on their video, then something's not working. So, I don't know. I mean, it's the best I've got right now, so I'm going to give it a try. We're not giving up, by the way. We're just, we're just confused is what we're doing. Okay, good. How are we doing for time? Oh, no, that's interesting, isn't it? Oh, okay. Let's have a look. So, right, we've got some things here. John still has a longer journey ahead beyond the exam. Yes, that's right. The exam is not the end, Maren. You're absolutely right, Karen A. I thought it might mean John won't sit the exam. The process will be longer and slower than he anticipated. Certainly longer and slower. I think that's right. I don't think, John, the exam gets you to where you want to go, maybe in the way you think it will. I think they're absolutely right. I think this is a long journey. My thoughts were the Six of Swords is looking out over the waters to the city. Perhaps he's releasing baggage no longer serves him, going through a slow transition. I'm sure that's right too, John. This is a process you're going through. Absolutely right. It's a process. And it's a process that you don't particularly want to have to make either. So whatever the role of this exam is, it isn't the end of the story. Whatever the result is, it absolutely isn't the end of the story. And you see, look, John, there you go. Simple. There are 3 exams to do. This is the first. Well, there you are. It's not the end of the journey, is it? So, whatever this is, Right. And yes, the baggage of perfectionism. Well, it is perfectionism is baggage for sure. Good is good enough. Really. Excellent. All right. Do you know what I haven't done? I haven't done any of the WhatsApp readings. Right. I have a couple. I better do them now. Right. So I have Ikra. Let me just put this up on the screen before we end this. Hello, Michelle. You can. I'm just going to do. Oh, hold on. Just going to do this. Oh, Janice, your head. Right. So this is for Ikra. Right. I promised I would do that. I have another couple as well. So Ikra, I would like to submit my question for your live. I just want to see how my love life would unfold this year. Okay, let's have a look. So what should Ikra prepare for in their love life this coming year? That's a brave question to ask, isn't it? Well, Ikra, your love life is all going to be all about the past, darling. And so either lovers returning or you being unable to let go or wanting somebody to come back. I would be very cautious about this, because the trouble is with this card is it's looking back at the past with rose-colored glasses, and so often our view of the past is not entirely accurate. It's just you looking back or somebody coming back with unrealistic expectations. And that often is the case. So we have to go through things again in order for us to really move on. This is what your love life is going to be about this next year. It's going to be about you unpacking the past in some way and working out whether or not it is a realistic part of your future. Probably, ultimately, the past has to end. And so even if a person comes back, we need to be aware that it has to be a new relationship. It can't be a rehash of the past. Isn't going to work. So that's what you're going to have to contend with this next year. It can't be the past coming back to life. It has to be new, right? Even if it's with the same person, you can't have the same relationship. You can't because it didn't work. There are reasons why it didn't work. They need to be addressed and consigned to the dustbin of the past. All right? Very important. That's your year. That's what this is going to be about. All right. Great stuff. Great. Cassia, lovely. Yes, the one with the most fiery vision wins. Absolutely. Michelle, you can have a card. And then I'll do my next WhatsApp question. You can, Michelle. So let's do message from Spirit for you about what you should do next. So what does Spirit want you to do next for the most positive result? Over the next couple of weeks, right? We're not going to go long into the future. Over the next few weeks, what is Spirit telling you to put your attention on for the most positive result? Oh, we've got this card. We had this card before. And what this is telling you is that you need to spend this couple of weeks really working out what's real and what's not for you. Now, look, if you're a person who likes to go, ha, I could do this, or I could do this, or maybe I could do this, or this, or this, which is great fun. And I am a great proponent of that as well. There is nothing wrong with a bit of daydreaming. Daydreaming is great as long as we don't live there. So what this is asking you to do over the next 2 weeks is saying, okay, are you going to commit to any of these things? Are they real? In as much as you're going to act on them now. So that's your big question, because the thing is, this is a card of castles in the air and non-commitment. We don't commit from this position. And what Spirit wants you to do is ground your vision, ground it into something you can actually commit to and make real. So you've got to know that it's the right thing. So you've got to sort out what's real and what isn't, so you can make a decision and actually make something happen, right? Good. Hope that helps. That's really good. I went through about 3 weeks of getting the seven of cups. Karen A will remember that. Marin probably as well. I kept getting the 7 of cups all the time. It's like, oh, leave me alone. I like my daydreaming. Spoiling my fun. Okay. What else have we got? Okay, Carly, we did you. That's right, you did join the live. And we have Alexia. Okay, that's a nice practical one. Okay. Hold on. Oh my goodness, we've got some new people joining. Right. Okay, so this is for Alexia. Okay, so and just joined, we have Mia and Mimi and Ankita. Happy to have you from India, Ankita. Lovely to see you. Okay, so this is for Alexia. Alexia wants to know, is it the right time to sell or move out of her house, or should she wait? Okay, let's have a look. Yes, Ankita, you can ask a question. You absolutely can. Okay. Right. Let's have a look. Advice to Alexia about moving. No, you should wait. You should wait, Alexia. So the devil says that it's a distraction. Selling or moving out of your house is a distraction, and you think it's going to make you feel better. And that's the point of the devil card. The devil card is not, it's like a seduction, right? So it's like, it's fake love. So it's like, oh, this will make you feel better. Come this way. Look at this. Oh, this will be good. It isn't going to help. So basically, it's getting you to look at something that you shouldn't be looking at. Your attention needs to be on something else. And that's actually quite important. And that's why we've got this instead of the Hanged Man. If the Hanged Man had come up, it would be wait, because that was your question. Should I wait? We didn't get the Hanged Man. We got the devil. So what the devil says is that you are being seduced over here. You're looking over here at this thing, and this has all of your attention, when actually your attention should be on something else, which is actually going to be more beneficial for you in your life and be more important. So that's why we've got the devil, right? So don't be seduced by the idea of the house move. The house move is a distraction from something else entirely that you should be looking at and you should do now. Right. Yeah. Good. All right. Great stuff. You like that? That's good. That makes perfect sense. Okay, Mia and Mimi, I can do this. So I am going to go till I'm going to go till 9:30, and then I'm done, guys. All right, just so you know, because it's been 2.5 hours, and it's enough. So, Mia and Mimi, can you have a general card? You absolutely can. So we're going to have a card for you again. So we're going to ask this lovely question, which is a message from Spirit for you. What should you be doing for the best effect in your life? What does Spirit want you to do for the best effect in your life over the next couple of weeks? Well, you've got the Tower. So the Tower is a big card. And when Spirit is asking you to do the Tower, we've had this card before this evening. When Spirit is asking you to do the Tower, it's asking you to see things completely differently. So it's basically saying that the way you're looking at things is going to be a problem. So okay, if there is a phrase that goes with this, it's let it fall. Let it fall. Let things happen. Just let them be. If things don't work out the way you want them to, which I'm presuming they may not, sweetie, allow it. It's for the best. Know that. It's for the absolute best. So you've got to let things hit the deck in some way, because it's not going to be the way you think it's going to be. And that's important. So don't push for an outcome because you really want that outcome. Don't push. Allow things to play out. And don't try and make things happen in a certain way, because if you do, it won't work out the way you think it's gonna. And if things naturally don't work out in the way you think it's gonna, it's the best thing. Allow it. Spirit is wanting to tell you they're trying to help you, right? You may well be not making their job very easy, sweetie. So let it fall. Let it fall, and then start again. Okay? I hope that helps. Okay. Okay. Ankita, is that what you'd like to ask? That's fine. You can. Well, thank you for saying I'm beautiful. I appreciate the compliment, even with my big glasses on tonight. Excellent. All right. Let's have a look. Right. This is for Antika. Does my partner share crash? Does he love me? Let's ask that. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm gonna have to be honest with the card. I can't not have the card that I've got. So I've got the death card here. Now, the death card doesn't mean death, right? But it does mean change. Now, look, this is a big card, and nobody ever wants the death card in a reading. Nobody ever does. So we can read this card in a couple of ways. So we can read it in that, okay, maybe not, and that actually what he wants is change, and what he wants is is a clean start. We can read it as that. He does want a clean start. Now, it could be that what he sees you as is the ending of something that's gone before and a new beginning moving forward. So obviously, I'm doing this reading with one card, sweetie. Now, we know that the death card is a tricky card. And if we're going to read it in the most positive way, we're going to read it that ultimately he sees you as the change. I'm not 100% convinced that is the case, but you know the context of the reading. Ultimately, his position is that he wants change. He wants a clean start. So if that's what you represent, that's great. If you've been together a long time then he wants something to end. He wants something to to be cleansed, as it were. So it's a tricky one. It's not the most comfortable answer, but it's the answer I have for you. So I hope that makes some kind of sense to you in your situation. All right. So let's see. Okay, let's do this one. This is Tassine. Hello, it's Sumi. Okay, Sumi. This is my Scorpio's husband's current feelings. Okay. Gosh, we have lots of questions about husbands, don't we, tonight? Okay. No contact. So let's have a look. Right. Okay. So this is Sumi. Okay, let me ask the question then. Bear with me. Well, another big card. We have the Wheel of Fortune. So it's a tricky one, Sumi, because ultimately he's looking at what's going on around him and he's going, well, it's just change, isn't it? Things are changing, things have changed. And this tells you that he doesn't know what's going to happen. Because when this comes up as somebody's feelings, it's saying that he feels that he's sort of caught up in a change situation where he doesn't know where he's going to hit ground. He doesn't know where he's going to end up. He just knows things are in flux and things are not as they were. He doesn't know what's going to happen. He doesn't know what his feelings are because he doesn't know how he's going to feel down the line. He's got no ground zero to stand on with wherever he is, whatever he's thinking. So I certainly wouldn't, it's certainly not a very reliable card as far as if somebody's feelings are the Wheel of Fortune. What they're basically saying is, well, you know what, let fate decide. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know where I'm going to be. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know how I feel. I don't know anything. Let the wheel turn. Let's see what happens. That's how he feels. So, it isn't an abject no. It isn't a locked door. But it really is in the lap of the gods as to what happens next, because he's not making any plans at all, right? He's just kind of in it, and he's just allowing things to make his plans for him. All right, sweetie, I hope that makes sense in this situation. All right. Okay, my friends, it is 9:30. I am done. I hope you've enjoyed the live. It's been lovely to see you. I will do my best to be here next week. Wish me luck for my hospital appointment in the morning. I will hopefully that all goes well. I'm so sorry, Sadiqa. I'm going to have to end, darling. I've been going for 2.5 hours. Oh God. All right. All right. All right. I tell you what. I'll do one more. Right, but that's it, Sadiqa. Very quick. Yes, me too. I hope the eye checks go well too. Okay. What will my partner do when I tell him his chapter in my life is going to be closed? Okay, so you're leaving him. So let's look. What will his reaction be? Thank you, John. Right, Sadiqa. So this is for you. Real quick. You are the last one of the night. Okay, so you got the Five of Swords. So he's not going to be a happy bunny, is he? And he's going to be resentful and he's going to carry it forward. So he's not going to take it gracefully, darling. He's going to be quite churlish about it and carry bitterness with him. So tread carefully with this, right? Don't make it worse than it needs to be. Be gentle. He isn't going to take it well. I think he's going to be quite curdled about the whole thing and quite bitter about it. So understand that and know that it will take a toll. All right. Okay. That's me. I will see you all next week. Thank you. Lovely to see you. Karen A, thank you. Then not sweetie. No, I'm sorry. I'm done. I keep saying the last one and then I do another one and we're going to be here till midnight. So thank you, everybody. Lovely to see you. If you would like a reading, come back next week. Don't forget, if you've had a reading from me tonight, pick a video, play it through, even if you don't watch it. I'll never know. Like it, leave a comment. Please tell YouTube you like the channel because I'm drowning right now. The lives are great. The channel is struggling. I need your help, guys, please. All right, thank you. Love you all. Night night. Have a great evening. Bye-bye for now.